What would it take to bring a Soviet-era motorcycle back to life? It's a hell of a task, one that the pro restorers at Great Idea have decided to embrace. For these restorers, it's potentially the greatest challenge of their lives. Their grit and expertise are bound to be tested. But for the rest of us, it's an opportunity to witness the rebirth of a true automotive legend. There's a certain type of excitement that comes from exploring machines from the yesteryears. But the feeling I had when I saw this bike was unbelievable. It was love at first sight. First up, the restorer laid out some essentials for the job: kerosene, engine oil, and a syringe. Now, a syringe isn't something you'd expect to see in a mechanical workshop, but the difficulty of this restoration made it necessary. As you can see here, there are a lot of hidden areas on the motorcycle that are covered in rust, and the only way to reach them is through the syringe. Next, it was time to do some heavy lifting. Out came the toolbox, and the restorer started by disassembling the Duna sidecar and fuel tank, giving the latter some extra attention. He stripped off the components and gave it a good wash. Then, he mixed citric acid and water and poured it into the tank. In case you're wondering, the idea behind this is to remove the rust and hard water stain that may have accumulated in the tank over all these years. For a final clean, he used acetone to cut through any lingering oil stains. With that, the restoration of the fuel tank was put on hold temporarily. The next point of call was the tyres. First, they were detached from the motorcycle, and then the restorer proceeded to dismantle them further. The tube was removed, revealing the years of extensive rust and damage on the wheel. This ultimately was the first real test of the restoration. Before now, the entire process had been seamless, and I was beginning to feel like we were in for an easy ride. But this latest revelation knocked me back to reality. I mean, regardless of how skilled the restorer is, he's never going to complete the task without the wheels. Now, I know you're probably thinking, if the damage to the wheel is severe and beyond repair, the restorer can get replacements from the spare parts market. Well, that's an ideal solution, but trust me, it's easier said than done. This motorcycle was manufactured back in 1969, meaning there's a good chance that its spare part may not be available anymore. If that were to be the case, the only other alternative would be to use an entirely different set of tyres and wheels that would fit the bike. This would definitely work, but it takes away some spice from the restoration because, at the end of it all, we'll have a legendary Soviet-era motorcycle running on new model tyres. The restorer, of course, didn't want this, so he set out to restore the wheels in the best way that he could. First, he plucked out the smaller components on the wheels. As you can imagine, the procedure was very tasking and involved a lot of precise and intricate action. Then he started scraping off the rust, and within a few minutes, the wheels had taken a different look. I mean, it's clear that they are still a long way off from where the restorer wants them to be. However, the quick transformation of the wheels made me really excited about what was to come. Now the fun part is putting everything back together. Building a motorbike wheel takes skill and patience. Spokes must be set in a crisscross pattern, and keeping each spoke at the right tension can be challenging. If spokes are too loose, the wheel can go out of shape easily. If they're too tight, they can pull the rim off center, creating a wobble. Adjusting the rim to sit perfectly straight and true is a real challenge. Thankfully, the restorer was up to the task. Speaking of that, the next phase of the restoration saw the restorer prepare a solution of orthophosphoric acid to remove surface oxide impurities from the wheel. At first, I wasn't sure how much improvement that would make, but when I saw the outcome, I couldn't believe my eyes. But the work was only just getting started. Next up, the restorer moved over to the exhaust, disassembling it with ease. Then he whipped out the syringe again, this time to inject penetrating oil into a bolt that was proving stubborn. That did the magic, and within a few seconds, the disassembling process was back in full swing. But whilst the process was ongoing, something caught my attention. I noticed that the restorer gave the screws special treatment. It was fascinating to watch, especially the part where he applied heat and dipped them in linseed oil. It looked like a really complicated ritual, but the reasoning behind it was to create a protective layer around the screws to prevent rust and oxidation. But aside from that, the texture of the screws after this process was really cool. Next up, it was time to fix the engine. First, the restorer drained the oil. Then, he detached the engine from the motorcycle. Next, he literally tore the engine apart before dipping some of the components in a solution of dimethyl sulfoxide, sodium carbonate, and dishwashing liquid soap. While the components were soaked, the restorer moved over to other things. He yanked off the headlight and the handlebars. Then, he dipped the rusted screws and some other minor components in two different solutions. The first consisted of metal shavings and lead acid electrolyte, while the other was rainwater mixed with baking soda. This lasted for a few minutes, and by the time the elements emerged from the dip, they looked reborn. Next, the front fender was detached and soaked in sodium carbonate solution just before the specks of dirt on it were scraped off. Imagine an orchestra leader standing before a crowd of musicians, each with a unique role waiting for his cue. He's the maestro, the one who unites all these sounds, fine-tunes every instrument, and they all play beautifully in unity. Same thing with Out Motorcycle Restorer as this conductor. He sees potential in this old machine, knowing exactly how to move in synchrony. The restorer, like a conductor, begins with a plan. They study the bike, imagining the final result. First, he begins with body filling, where he patches up imperfections, filling dents and cracks, making the surface even. Each stroke of filler is like a careful adjustment to ensure harmony in the final piece. Next comes sanding to wear away the years of rust and neglect, as if setting the rhythm, stripping away what's unnecessary, uncovering the true sound beneath. Just like a maestro getting his musicians to hit the right note, the restorer carefully works to bring out the bike's true form. Then there's the painting. This is the melody, layering on color and shine that makes the motorcycle sing with life, capturing the viewer's attention. It's like the crescendo in a song, the part everyone remembers. So, whether it's an orchestra or a motorcycle restoration, it all comes down to one thing: vision, care, and bringing every part together in harmony. Then, the restorer performed surface sanding on it, further improving its look and texture. With every completed task, you could feel that we were edging closer to the goal. But the restorer still had a few things to fix, like this frame, which was transformed within a few hours of exquisite work, including scrapping, brushing, sanding, and painting. The same lush treatment was given to the fuel tank and the Duna Sidecar. I was really impressed by how the components turned out. seeing all his hard work come together is truly exciting. When using chemical treatments to restore engine parts, the restorer is secure and confident in his expertise. The techniques used, the knowledge shared, and skills applied are absolutely exceptional. It was enjoyable to watch. The amazing use of chemistry, meticulous attention to each part, craftsmanship, this is completely mind-blowing. This mural motorcycle restoration is more than a hobby. It's a journey back in time, a meticulous process of bringing a machine back to its former glory. To this man, it's a way of preserving history, honoring craftsmanship, and experiencing the thrill of riding a piece of the past. The amount of time and effort that he put into this process is incredible. A thing of beauty. He turned it from a pile of rust to a work of art. And as I glanced through each one on the table, I just couldn't stop imagining what the final outcome would look like. At this point, the overall restorative work was done, and it was time to reassemble the components. One after the other, the restorer pieced the components together, from the frame to the tires and the handlebars. Next up, the restorer unpacked the pistons and other spare parts he ordered. Then he assembled the whole thing. He installed the seat, speedometer, headlight, tail light, and fuel tank. Finally, the exhaust was fixed. The transformation was remarkable, but something was missing. Want to guess what it is? Well, it's none other than the Sidecar. This 1969 Ural M63 looked spotless, reflecting its distinctive design and iconic history that dates back to the 1960s. Inspired by the Disassembly M72, which was used by the Soviet Army during World War II, the Ural M63 was the ideal machine for off-road adventures. But it was also a popular choice for transporting goods and humans due to its reliability and sidecar features. Without a shadow of doubt, it was one of the most iconic motorcycles of its era, which is why I am super excited that after all these years of neglect, this legendary piece of automotive history is getting restored by some of the best hands in the business. This is truly a work of art. The man from the Great Idea channel truly deserves all the credits for doing such impressive restoration job. He just brought a lost and forgotten part of the past back to life. After decaying for half a century, this beautiful rusty motorcycle was born again. After a half-century of grit, rust and war memories, this beautiful masterpiece was born again. Half a century of wear and tear, and now this mural motorcycle is ready for the road once again. The side covers, the engine, the wheels, the frame, the fuel tank, everything restored to perfection. Nothing will be more satisfying than hearing its engine roar to life and watching it take off into the distance. At this stage though, we're unsure if that's even possible. Because even though the bike looks brand new, we have no idea if the engine works. But we're about to find out in a matter of seconds. Unfortunately, the first attempt to start the motorcycle failed, and honestly, at this point, I was a bit anxious. Well, that was until the restorer had another go at it, and this time, the engine came alive. Now, it was time to get this thing on the road. The workshop's door was flung open, and off went the bike, charging through the snow like a battering ram. It's an interesting sight to behold, trust me, especially when you remember how bad it looked at the beginning of this video. The transformation is nothing short of magical, and it's all thanks to the pro restorer who went over and beyond to preserve and extend the legacy of this 1969 Ural M63. With that said, what part of the restoration did you enjoy the most? Let us know in the comments below, And don't forget to explore more amazing restorations on our channel.